It's time for another collaborative podcast that no one asked for. From the creators of Cases of Continuity, No New Friends, and Big Beautiful Dis, get ready for Creators United. And now, give it up for your hosts, Ryan, Dane, and Scott.
That's right. You're listening to Creators United, the most popular, the most entertaining crossover podcast since, the late night hosts got together to fund their writers' strike. And maybe not as good as Diz Journey, but hey, we're doing our very best. I am surrounded by a talented group of hosts from Big Beautiful Diz. We've got Dane.
Yo.
From Cases of Continuity, we've got, sometimes he's known as the Sophisticated Gentleman, sometimes he's known as Ryan, sometimes he's known as the guy who doesn't eat. He's known as many different things, many different faces. We've got Ryan.
Good evening, or morning if you're listening in the morning.
Or after,
correct. You never know. It's on demand. They can listen.
Good
whenever they want.
afternoon.
I'm Scott from the No New Friends podcast, and also No New Friends After Dark from the No New Friends podcast. You can hear us all the time, whenever you want, because it's on demand. It's podcast. We are joined this evening by an extremely special guest. He is the man that brought us all together, our Lord and Savior, Lord Remy. Remy, there's an overwhelming request from our Twitch chat. And if you want to watch us record live, we're on Twitch. Just follow us, Creators United. It's creators_united_ because creators.united. was taken. Creators_united_. Remy, there's an overwhelming request in chat for you to do this show with your shirt off. So
absolutely
Is
not
that possible?
Great.
For,
If you could
for,
not
a
do
video,
that.
for his video
not.
podcast.
If you
There's
could
no-
not do that, that would be
There's
great.
no way I'm gonna take my shirt off tonight, guys. Absolutely not. You know how
Oh,
cold it is in my
Oh,
living
poor
area
Jen.
right now.
You're not going to be in bed eating popcorn tonight?
or eating cookies or whatever. Yes, guys, it's Remy from Remy's Roundtable. What is up, everybody? And your holiness is here. What's up?
He is.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to kick it over to the Sophisticated Gentleman / Ryan, who's going to lead us into our first roundtable discussion.
Are we going to go into prayer since Remy is here, or are we just going to get right into stuff?
Let me tell
You
you,
know, if I
have
had to,
not-
I'll do the prayer. I'll do the prayer for you guys.
Can we do the prayer real
Okay.
quick?
I'll
Can we
get it.
begin with the prayer?
one of the most brilliant segments was the Sophisticated Gentleman's Last Travels and Tribulations, where we did the prayer to our father Remy, and I'm going to try to remember it. Maybe Ryan can lead us in this, because it's brilliant. So it starts with our Remy, who out there in the waiting room, and Ryan, take it over.
Hold up, I gotta pull up the real Our Father so that I have that based off. It is worth noting that I made up that entire prayer on the spot as I was recording, so I don't have it written down anywhere.
It's brilliant.
It was good.
It's absolutely brilliant, and
incredible.
I want a copy of it.
Y'all all got on my case for having such a long segment in that week, and I'll give you that. It was an extremely long segment. Even after I cut some things out, if I was going to cut one thing out, it would have been the Remy prayer, because that was the thing that didn't work with the plot. But I couldn't cut it out because
that was the best part. That was the absolute best part. That and Indiana Jones show having heat exhaustion.
That was also extremely last minute edition. But
I know.
All right, let's bow our heads and pray. Lord Remy, who art in the waiting room, a rat shares your name. The birthday game come, marks 5 minutes, be done on Earth as it is in Universal at Halloween Horror Nights with $1 million. Give us this day our daily Disney history, and forgive us for the wheel of misfortune, as we forgive those who addressed your third nipple, and lead us not into more Diz journey, but deliver us
from eating popcorn naked in your bed.
Thank you. Amen.
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 Go see what I
Amen
remember.
to that.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
So
Hey,
I'm gonna kick it oh, go ahead, Dane.
I have something. So since I control all the accounts for Creators United and everything, Scott, you said creators.united was taken. Well, apparently Creators United on YouTube is taken because since last episode we were kicked off of YouTube.
Again?
What?
No, not again. Not
Oh,
again. It
okay.
didn't happen. It thankfully didn't happen again. But if you guys don't know this, apparently us putting vote for Ryan or Ryan for president as the title of the episode 1, apparently that was bad, and we got kicked off of YouTube for about 24 hours.
Because
You
I'm
know
not
what?
35.
Jeez.
I'm glad we're talking about this because I ran into a similar situation with TikTok. So I always, when I put videos out after 24 to 48 hours, I always boost them for $5 for 24 hours. And I went to boost the one of me going off on Nick for the metal straw clink, and they wouldn't allow me to promote it because they said mentioned or something with tobacco products. And I messaged them and I'm like, guys, nothing in here mentions tobacco, smoking, any drugs whatsoever. I need you to reconsider this.
Well, for us, it said we violated the scam policy. So I don't know what scam we were pulling, but apparently Creators United is. I shouldn't even talk about this, but apparently Creators United is a scam, I guess.
Okay, well,
I
There you go.
guess it is.
How in the world is that a scam, though?
I have no clue.
That's crazy.
They upheld their decision too, because I sent them an email and I was like, I just laid out everything that was going on.
Maybe it was
and I
because
like,
we asked for a GoFundMe. We had a GoFundMe on there.
but that was episode 2. This was episode 1 that got us
Are
in
you
trouble.
sure?
Yeah, it was episode 2
correct.
was not even was not published yet.
Okay.
So I don't know.
That's
If
odd.
it was episode 2, I would understand because that is a GoFundMe.
right.
Yeah, but no clue what it was. So I had to make a whole new account. No clue what it was. No clue.
Well,
what
that
it was.
sucks, but here we are.
Yeah, that's true. Remy, you've gotten kicked off of Facebook before.
I have. I got kicked off of Facebook before.
Yeah, for using copyrighted
times.
music while he's
Yep.
going live. I can't, Remy, I am shocked. I'm shocked that Spotify hasn't taken you off but because of the music that you use, or even better, when you use Anchor or Spotify for podcasters and you run iHeartRadio ads in the middle of your episode. I'm like, how has Spotify not kicked you off yet?
The things I put on the podcast is gold, but I need to watch what I do and watch what I say. Otherwise, I'm gonna get kicked off again because that's the type of stuff that's been happening. So
Not only are you gonna get kicked off, you're gonna have a lawsuit.
I have a lawsuit. Yeah.
Remy's been kicked out of so many things. He's been kicked off of Facebook, Uber, and the bedroom. Remy just posted a picture the other day of him asleep on the couch with the cat, and I'm like, "Is that your new bed? The couch? There's like an indentation of Remy on that couch."
That's my cat. Yeah, my little cat Obi. So I fell asleep. Like we were watching a movie, and then all of a sudden I passed out. And my roommate, she took the picture of me with the cat. The cat was like laying right next to me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. All right.
It was good to see that you were watching a movie with your shirt on, as opposed to when we cold called you last week.
Oh, yeah.
Called you last week.
That was unbelievable.
Amazing. Epic.
Wow. No, hold on. We need a little bit of behind the scenes here for our listeners. So,
Oh, boy.
when this podcast this episode started out as we were recording, Scott says to Dane and me, "It's nice to be on a show where I don't have to host, where I can just sit back, relax, and let it happen."
I said, guys,
And
I
then
don't need
after
to
I made a
host.
couple of just missteps as I was trying to say the intro because I was a little bit tired, 10 and a half hours at work today will do that to you. Scott
Understandable.
immediately jumps in like, "I got this." And then he starts hosting. And then on top of
Yeah,
that,
let me
now
jump
Scott's
in.
trying to tell us what goes in what segment after he was the one who was like, oh, you guys got this. You do the
You
organization.
guys got this. Let me just.
And I was
don't
also
mind.
also
You're
trying
a
to.
podcasting genius.
You
but,
guys
like,
are professionals. Take care of it.
I love
Well-
the irony here.
Well, I was trying to stall for Ryan because visual watchers will notice that sophisticated gentleman's camera is off.
Ryan,
So-
do you remember a couple days ago when you got so frustrated at Remy and Jen for not knowing that Andrew Johnson was a president that you had to jump in?
That was
That's me. That's me when I'm either listening to a podcast or on a podcast, and like, I'm not the perfect podcaster by any means, but it's like I can't not it's like someone airballs a shot in basketball and I'm there for the rebound and the alley-oop dunk. I'm not going to just let the ball go out of bounds. I have to help.
Well, I think it's funny, and I appreciate it. I just think it's funny because, I never claimed that I wasn't passionate about the presidents. You were the one who said you didn't want to host. Just saying.
I did.
Ryan in the chat on Twitch says Andrew Johnson was a president.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start watching His record live because I am not a Disney expert. Okay, but I have been around for I used to go to the parks in the early 80s because I was alive then. And so like World of Motion, I've been on, it was one of my favorite rides. I love that ride. I know a lot about that attraction. So I'll like hear different things that maybe are inaccuracies. And then Chris started the episode with a brilliant quote. Okay. World of Motion is Spaceship Earth of transportation, but he couldn't remember who said that. I said that. So, I don't know if it's a disability, but I feel the need. I'm like Sheldon. I feel the need to correct or to jump in when it's not necessarily needed.
Well,
but here we are.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't want to host.
No, that's Remy's with it's Remy with the news story.
Oh,
when we go
I
off the rails.
scream. Okay.
He did.
Who all has screamed at the television or at their radio or their phone when they're listening to Remy's Roundtable?
Who screamed at me
Me.
on a daily basis?
I've definitely done that.
That's my wife. She screams at me on a daily basis, so we're okay with that.
I feel like we should take a moment to give a little bit of context on Remy's Roundtable, what the show is, what it involves, because we did briefly say like who Remy is, but not what Remy's Roundtable is, and we referenced that a lot here on Creators United.
Well, he's the father, or no,
Well,
he's the Holy
Scott's
Spirit.
the father.
He's
I'm
the Holy Spirit.
You're
He's
the
the Holy
son.
Spirit.
Remy is the Trinity.
I'm just a weird uncle. All right, I'm a weird uncle.
You know what weird uncles do?
Not that weird. Okay, not that weird.
To Ryan's point, we all reference Remy in some way or another, especially on No New Friends. But if you haven't listened to No New Friends, if this is the first time you're hearing our voices, first of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, you have no idea who Remy is and how important he is to our group.
Yes.
And how important he is to us having content. When we have no content, we can always go to what happened on last week's episode of Remy's Roundtable.
That's true.
So
Pretty
Ryan,
much everyone's yelling at me.
So Remy's Roundtable started out as the Goof Duck Adventures podcast
Yes.
back in 2019. Remy started it, as I recall.
When
to
did it?
promote
What
Florida
month
theme
did it
parks.
start again? What month did it start?
Nobody
Remy?
knows, Dane. That's the funny thing. We do anniversary shows in October. We do anniversary shows in April. It's whenever Remy feels like having an anniversary show. Let's do an anniversary show.
This is
So
the anniversary show, by the way.
context
Happy
here,
anniversary, Remy's Roundtable.
Remy's show really focuses, or Remy likes to say that his show focuses on the Florida theme parks and Florida news.
Or
That
Adam
being
Sandler
said, Remy's
movies.
incorporate a lot of different segments in his show in the past, including but not limited to the birthday game. Mark, you have 5 minutes, the ending comedy segment. Mark, you have 5 minutes to roast the podcast, the comedy segment. This day in Disney history.
The comedy segment.
Today in news. It's also worth noting that Scott, Dane, and myself have all previously been official co-hosts of Remy's Roundtable. Remy's current co-hosts include comedian Mark McKay, his wife Jen, and performer Nicole.
Mhm.
Ryan,
Yep.
you forgot a couple of very popular segments on Remy's Roundtable. You forgot
That's
Chris's
right.
Cliff Notes. You forgot Universal Man versus Disney Man. You forgot Queen of the Sunrail, and you also forgot Celebrity Death Days.
Yep.
So it's worth noting Remy's become a little bit iconic in our group for taking segments from other shows. Some shows like the No New Friends podcast have so many segments they funnel through, and then they have a whole graveyard full of them.
It
And
does.
at a
That was
certain
brilliant,
point,
by the way.
oh, thank you. At a certain point, Scott gets so defensive of all these one-off ideas that he's had. And so when Remy has some sort of idea, sometimes Remy's idea will be identical, sometimes it'll be similar. And regardless, Scott will get upset. And then Remy will say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And then a few weeks later, he will do the same. But we love Remy. Remy's the guy who, as Scott mentioned, brought us all together. He started Diz Journey. He was
He
the
did.
guy who knew the Diz His guys at the beginning. He knew the No New Friends folks at the beginning. The Diz His guys brought Dane into the fold. Remy knew the Studio 21 guys beforehand. So
Yeah, we
Remy's
can't forget both both C Money and Big Country were
That's
also
right.
Studio
Yeah.
21 would
Oh,
not be a
hosts.
show if it
Of
wasn't.
course.
They were also hosts on Remy's Roundtable.
So a listener in the chat says this sounds like a eulogy.
It
Remy,
is.
I'll read the chat. Okay, you just be the guest. Okay, we'll run the show. Okay, and we're good. We got.
Well, it is
this.
a eulogy. We're putting your podcast to bed.
Whoa,
Um,
easy.
Ooh.
Easy.
The camera's
Damn.
back.
It
Oh,
just
thank
died.
God.
Oh!
Jack.
Oh my! It was
go.
like one of those Facebook videos when they're like, "Okay, look at this real closely," and then that scary figure jumps out at you. That's what just happened.
It's like my grandmother trying to get on Zoom.
And I'm gone.
Oh, now we lost Remy.
Somebody play the Remy's Roundtable theme song.
burn, 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 burn.
So where were we before we had to bring context to?
All of us was just yelling at me, talking about Diz, how Remy's Roundtable got
Probably my
started.
question
and-
of the week, which usually goes off in the first 5 minutes of the show, and we're probably about half an hour in now.
There's enough time for your question of the week.
So-
I have a question. I have a question of the week.
What's
I
up?
just thought of it. Can I take this one real quick, Ryan?
Go
You
for
can
it.
you can get your
Yeah.
question in right afterwards. Okay.
Remy,
Sure,
you don't get
sure.
a say so in
I'm-
what we do and what questions we ask and when.
When we
You
had
are
Game
the
Master
guest.
Ryan on 2 weeks ago, he went with the flow.
Who how old today is Sydney Sweeney?
Say what now?
How
26, I'd say.
That's correct. She is 26 today. How old is Kelsey Ballerini?
Ooh, I've actually I can't say this on the
Oh,
show just because of
Kelsey
privacy laws. And I'll tell
Ballerini?
you guys after the show. I have a story about Kelsey Ballerini.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you used her as spank bag material. That's what I thought you were going with and why you couldn't
Yeah.
tell us.
That's
Boy,
what I
that's
was-
a dirty. That's a dirty
God,
sight.
out of everybody in the Creators Club, you think that I would say something like that?
Oh, I thought you were gonna. I thought you were
absolutely not.
about
That's
to.
why I thought you were going to tell us off air.
Yeah, I was like, you tell us right now if you want, but sure, go right ahead. But no. All right, Kelsey Ballerini. I think she's 29.
Okay, Ryan,
I say 32.
Scott.
I don't know who these people are, and I hate this game.
Here we
And-
go.
And the exact reason why I killed this on Remy's Roundtable is because
Why?
of scenarios like this, when these names mean nothing to me. And so there's always inevitably one person who's like, guess
do
is
you not
72.
know?
All right,
Kelsey
Kelsey
Ballerini is.
Kelsey Ballerini is 30 years old today.
Oh, I was close. I was
Oh,
close.
I was
Remy
close. I
And
said- I said 29.
Scott got the point on that one. Ryan,
Thank
you
you.
can go ahead with your question.
Who's Casey Ballerini?
Kelsey
Kelsey
Ballerini is a country
She's a country
singer.
singer.
Country singer.
Sydney Sweeney
Country singer.
is an actress from the show Euphoria.
She was also in the
Oh.
New Rolling Stones.
Well, this was riveting.
It was.
This
Those
was
are today's
great.
birthdays, by the way.
So Remy,
Yes,
on the
sir.
past 2 episodes of Remy's Roundtable in a row,
Mm-hmm.
2 episodes ago, you said that you would have certain relations with animal to save an
Oh
attraction.
yeah.
You never
He
specified the
said, and I
attraction.
quote, I would go gay to F animal.
Yep.
Then
I
this
did-
most
I did
recent
say
week in
that.
the episode that released today, our day of recording, you stated that you would have times with a giraffe to save an attraction. You still didn't specify what the attraction was. So you can probably guess
oh,
what
yeah.
I'm going to ask you here, Remy.
Well,
Remy.
and he was
Jeffrey the
excited about
giraffe.
having tall kids, and I'm like, I don't know if that's the way it works, Remy.
Well,
didn't
anyways,
work
Remy
at
never
all.
specified which attraction he would save, which I believe was part of Chris's question. So Remy,
Right.
What, in your opinion, are the top 10 hottest animals?
Oh my gosh.
Number 1, Jeffrey the giraffe.
Yo, hold on.
Yeah, that's
No,
wrong.
it was Jake the giraffe. Jeffrey
Jeffrey, yeah,
10.
Jeffrey the giraffe.
Jeffrey
is
the
the
Toy
Toys R
Story
Us
guy.
Toys R Us.
Top 10 is going to
Jake
take
the-
him
Jake
about
the
3
giraffe.
hours.
He's only
so
going to know
let's
2
do
out of the
top
10.
three, top
Top
three, top
three.
3.
It's like Jimmy Buffett. He's not going to know 2 animals.
A giraffe,
It's gonna be like Trump trying to say Bible verses.
a giraffe, a cheetah, and a leopard.
Okay.
Okay, those are
I
interesting.
feel like we
Can we-
would have
can
had
we
enough
have
time
one
for 10.
honorable
I really
mention?
do. I feel like we have enough time for 10.
He doesn't know 10 animals, Ryan.
He
That's
went
what I was
so
really
quickly
trying to
through the
avoid.
3. Like, he had this
All
planned
right.
out.
All right.
All right,
Let's go. Let's
warthog,
go.
Okay.
warthog, meerkat, eagle,
Meerkat.
killer whale,
on.
a killer whale, a
No,
killer,
I'm sorry.
killer
Keep
whale,
going, keep
a
going.
dolphin, beluga whale, and a hippo.
Did Remy just chat
He just gave you
GPT?
eight different answers.
I told you this man has it planned like in his phone.
He just
I-
gave different
Right.
answers.
Like I
than
have a
his
top 10
three.
movie list. Remy has a top 10 animals list.
So, Remy, you have a thing for animals with spots. Do you have any
He
spots that
does.
we should know about?
I mean, look a couple on my back, but we're not going to talk about those spots.
Can you show us?
Cannot. 'cause I'm
No,
not-
no,
I'm
just
not
go to
my
his
shirt off.
TikTok. He's got several videos with his shirt off.
But effing a giraffe, that's totally okay. I mean, I'm
Oh,
just
we're
saying,
back on
you
the
know.
draft. Okay.
No, but I'm saying if I did that, I mean, since the podcast is all about Florida and the Florida theme parks, I would, just take my shirt off at Florida monuments and take a photo like right there.
No, okay,
You
no,
What
not
Florida
no, 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 no,
monuments can you name for us?
no. Yes,
None.
yes.
Absolutely none.
Was it was it Florida or Georgia that had the Robert E. Lee statue taken down recently? Was that was
Probably
Georgia?
Georgia. It
That was
wasn't
Georgia.
Florida.
No,
that's-
we did have one like over by Lake Eola.
Why?
Those
Isn't Robert E. Lee from
Florida did not
wasn't
fight
he?
in. Okay,
Wasn't he from?
statue?
I'm glad we brought this up. Okay, first of all, Florida did not participate in the Civil War, Remy. Okay. Also, you made a reference on one of your episodes, and sophisticated gentleman, please correct me if I am. What was the episode name or number? Do you recall in which Remy says,
Remy's Roundtable. I gotta interrupt you here. You know as well as I do that Remy's Roundtable episodes do not have numbers except
That's
for
true.
82nd episode of Goof Duck, which has a
Right.
number for some reason. And Remy's Roundtable episodes have names developed from ChatGPT, so they all sound exactly the same. But I'll see if I can remember for you.
Okay, so it was May of, I think, 2021, I believe is when this episode came out. And Remy and his co-hosts were talking about the Confederacy.
Mhm.
And Remy says, and I quote,
Can you pull up the quote for the audio clip here? Do you have it available for that?
I don't know that I have it available. But he says,
I will try to put it right here.
The point I'm trying to say is that we live in somewhat of democracy here in beautiful United States, but we need to bring back, Confederacy, bring back the independence, and bring back
We
this.
need to leave our history. so that we
Exactly. Like
remember
leave
that
it
we're
leave it
not
the fuck
stupid,
alone, you know?
Wow.
Did I say that? Did I say
Wow.
that?
okay, I'm going to
So,
definitely
Remy,
find it
in
now.
your opinion, what are the top 10 hottest Confederates?
None. I don't know who I'm talking about. None.
Wait, can you name anybody who is
May
in the
20th,
No, I can't.
check out the corner. May 20th, check out the corner.
Damn, I don't
Remy,
know.
do you know what the Confederacy is?
Yes, I do know what a Confederacy
What is it?
What
What
is the
is it?
Confederacy of
Confederacy?
Dunces?
Yeah, see, I don't remember. I don't, guys. I really don't.
How do you not? Okay. Next topic, Ryan, please.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Please.
What do you mean next topic, Ryan? You're the one with the next segment, brother.
I don't. I don't
You
know
have
how
a
to.
game prepared for us, do you?
Dude,
not?
I don't know how to transition from that.
Well, Remy, you mentioned that the Confederacy you're not too sure about, but there is one thing that I am sure about. Theme parks. Theme parks
Yes.
are something that I would say is in your blood. You grew up going to a lot of theme parks. That's what your whole show is really based upon from the start. And
Yes.
I think Dane has a special game for us based around theme parks today, don't you, Dane?
I do. I'm pulling it up right now.
I feel like I'm pretty good with segues. Like I'm
Whoa.
not great with intros, but I'm decent with segues.
You do, because I had no idea how to segue segue from the Confederacy to
Well,
to
I
this
have the
game.
perfect music actually for you to make a segue when you're editing.
No.
Okay, so I have a game for you guys.
Okay.
I have a game for you guys, and the way that this game works is I
Is
have a
this
top.
fuck, marry, kill, hippo, giraffe, zebra?
I wish. No, it's I have a
Remy
top 10.
wishes he lived in the Zootopia world.
Which
Yeah.
attraction
And
would you
apparently,
which
Remy
attraction would you
would kill
F?
the
Which
zebra
attraction would you
because he
marry? And
calls
which
them
attraction would you
mixed.
kill? I think my game would be different. Which attraction would you F? Which attraction would you marry? And which attraction would you kill? There you go.
I think it's
I,
gross
I
to
think
try
Endor
to F
Express Adam
inanimate
had a
objects.
similar game on
Yeah,
the Is His
yeah,
Patreon channel.
Because
I mean,
I
if
have
Jen
because I have
died
an
in a
attraction-
horrible accident, what MCU character would you replace her with?
Oh wow. Well, that's dark.
Don't
I've
answer
been
that.
considering
Don't
this.
answer that.
I've been considering this, but I don't have an answer.
I don't even have
You
an
don't
answer.
have an answer yet.
No answer for me.
Okay, so I have a top 10 list in front.
Remy says beast.
Wow.
So
He's
I have
not
a
MCU yet.
A blue.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
He isn't,
Yeah.
he isn't. So I have a top 10 list in front of me. This comes from the DisneyFoodBlog.com. It is the best Disney quick services in 2024. So obviously
What?
it's 2023
Whoa,
now. It's
whoa,
2023
whoa.
now. So they're saying for 2024, these are the best quick services.
So they're
How
do
saying
they
that
know? Do they
time
have, like, a
travel
star chart or
exists
something?
and they've
Exactly.
gone
Exactly.
into the future to
Yes.
see what the best.
Yes, I swear to you, the title for this list is best value quick service restaurants in 2024.
Okay, is
In
it
what
about
part?
value or is it about
Or-
taste?
Yeah.
Quick service.
Quick
So,
service.
so just the value. I think the value of the like items on the menu, and like I think they're taking. I don't know. Ask
Clearly,
AJ. I don't know.
Tiana's beignet cart.
Yes.
That's number one.
So
That's
Dane,
number
we're
one.
It
talking
is.
about Magic Kingdom currently, right?
We're talking about all of Disney World.
All
Oh,
of
God.
Disney World.
Oh,
So Tuli's
God.
got to be on that list.
Okay, so so hold on. You're going too far here. So
Sorry. Well,
so-
okay. If this list can jump a year,
Yeah,
in the
hold
future,
on,
I can
yeah.
jump 3 minutes into this segment.
So I the top 10 list. You guys are gonna guess what restaurants are on this list, and I'm gonna tell you if they are. And if they are, then you guess what number that they land on. All
So
right.
are we
Okay.
working as a team here? Because I think it'd be
Yeah,
fun if
let's
we
do
worked
We're
as
that,
a
gonna,
team.
we're
yeah.
gonna go individually. So Remy's gonna go, Ryan's gonna go, and then Scott's gonna go until we have the whole list filled
Well,
out.
Scott
And if
already
we, and if we
gave-
can't,
Well,
Scott, give
if-
a couple
I'll,
of
I'll
ones.
look for Satuli, and then we'll go over to Ryan.
let
So-
me go second. Let me
So-
go second because Remy didn't hear what I said anyway. He doesn't pay attention.
Oh, that's true.
So, but Ryan heard me.
So if we can't figure out what the last, like if we're on the last one and we can't figure out, I'll just give it to you. So Remy, what quick services do you think are on here?
Sunshine Seasons.
Good answer. Good
That's
answer.
that's a good answer. I'm looking right now. I'm scrolling.
wait, you don't
this-
have the list already? You don't have the top 10 list in front of you?
No,
already?
it's a scrolling list, so I have to scroll.
It's a scrolling. Oh,
Why didn't you type it out? Leave it to
Sunshine.
David to
Bro,
kill
what
time.
amateur stuff is this?
Sunshine Seasons is not on this list.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
yeah. It's, I don't think it's unique enough. It's a
It
food
is not.
court.
It's not on this list.
Damn. That was a good
Scott, what do
guess.
you think's on here?
So I'm gonna say Satuli.
Satuli is definitely on here. Satuli, what
I'm
number
gonna
do you think it is?
So it's kind of a hidden gem, and it took me several visits to find it, and I just stumbled upon it literally because that park is sponsored by Bud Light. I stumbled into the restaurant.
Okay,
I'm gonna say it's number 4 on the list.
that's
good
close.
answer.
It's number 5.
Oh, all right.
Number 5 on the list. Ryan. So number 5 is Satuli. What other quick services do you think are on this list?
Well, howdy, partner. I'm gonna go with Pecos Bill Tall Tale
Oh,
Inn and
yeah.
Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on the list? If it's not, then this I don't know about this list.
Yeah.
Pecos Bill is not on this list. As I'm looking
What?
right now.
No way. That
Is
is
it not going to be
bull
open in
hockey.
2024?
Yeah,
no,
that's
it may
one
not.
of the
yeah.
It may
Yes,
That's
not
the
be.
best
Pecos-
quick service
Pecos-
in Magic Kingdom.
Pecos Bill is not on this list.
So is this list invalid?
This
Maybe.
guy- no, there's
I mean,
no
Well,
it's
way.
in the- Disney
so
food
maybe
blogs.
Pecos Bill isn't going to be there.
Maybe. Remy,
Harbor House at Magic Kingdom.
it's not. I don't think it's on this list either.
What the?
Yeah, I wouldn't see it on that list either.
Not on the list.
I'd be like Columbia Harbor House is definitely one of the better quick services at Magic Kingdom. I'm with Remy on this one.
Yeah, not on the list.
So
I mean, that's a place where you can get a good freaking lobster roll, and I'm telling you that roll
That
is
is very
Clam
delicious.
chowder.
Oh, the chowder, the fish fillet sandwich. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Ryan, I was
Remy
just gonna
knows
say,
what's
can you? It's my turn to guess. Can you put in
Go ahead.
chat the one that you and I just ate at, because that thing was amazing. It's in Galaxy's Edge.
Ogus.
What?
Or you're talking about the Ronto roasters.
Rontos.
Yes,
Ronto Roasters?
yes.
That's a
Ronto's
good
good
answer.
too.
That's
Ronto
really good.
Roasters is not on this list
What?
because
Y'all-
the only thing that they have at Ronto Roasters is the Ronto wrap.
Okay,
So I
well
will
then
give you a
I get a-
hint
I get. We just
It's-
lost date.
that
Okay.
there is a restaurant in Galaxy's Edge on this list.
Is it Ogus? Is Ogus technically quick?
It's gotta be
service?
Ogus.
Technically a bar, right?
Ryan's
Yeah,
your
Oga's
guest,
a bar.
Oga's?
I
That's
mean, is
not a
Ogus quick
it's-
service or is
It's
it?
not a quick
it's-
service.
Okay.
It doesn't count as quick service.
Okay, that's what I thought. So in that case, I'm going to go with Yorkshire County Fish Shop.
No.
Jesus, Remy.
I'm thinking.
Oh no, you're not. You're looking it up. You're googling
I'm not.
the list.
I'll give you.
I saw you looking.
By
at
the
your
way, I'll
goddamn
give you.
I was
screen.
saying-
I'll give you a hint. There's one on here that is at Disney Springs. I don't think this is technically Disney
Ooh,
Are they
operated,
including
but
resorts
resorts
in
in
it's
this, Dane?
no,
I got it.
no. This is all park stuff except one is from Disney Springs.
Okay, you said from Disney Springs. Is it Homecoming?
No,
Damn it.
I think you've got the Disney Spring. All right, gentlemen. I know we in the beginning we were saying we're playing separately. I think we need to work together here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Polite pig.
Yes.
Polite pig.
Polite
at,
Pig is on this list.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Okay.
Scott. Let's go. Good
What
answer.
what
Disney
number is
Springs
Polite
one.
Pig?
6. What do you guys think?
That works for me. I don't
It
know.
is not 6. It
I
is
don't know
number
what else-
4.
It's number 4.
It's number 4.
Really?
It
Then I
is
can
above,
see that.
it
I
is
can see
above
that.
Satuli.
I could see that smell is amazing. I'm not a big barbecue guy, believe it or not, but I mean, I'm a big guy, but I don't love barbecue, so I've never eaten there. Plus, the line is always so long.
Yeah.
Hey, Dane, could you give us number per park? I think that would help us.
That would
with
help.
The answers.
Okay, so dude, that's gonna.
But
take
yeah.
longer.
So even though I don't think it should be on this list, it's going to be on this
Cosmic
list.
Rays?
Cosmic Rays, yes.
No.
Grace.
really.
Cosmic Rays is
Whoa.
And it
So
shouldn't
do we
be
have
on
to go through the
list.
full world showcase? I think we have to.
There's
like,
there's only
oh,
two.
we have to go there.
There's
Regal
only
Eagle.
two.
Regal
There's
Eagle
only two in
Smokehouse.
Epcot, and there's 3 in Epcot. Regal Eagle is one of them.
Connections
Oh
Cafe?
yeah, again
Then
barbecue.
the next one's gonna be
What? Hold on. What number
Oh.
is Regal Eagle?
Boy, 7.
Close. It's number 9.
Really?
Did you say Connections Cafe was on? there?
Connections Cafe is on the list. What
That
number?
food's pretty good.
So Connections
Um,
Cafe, I would say number.
I say 10.
I say 5.
Yeah,
number
you
six.
We already had
no,
5.
Oh,
Satuli
wait.
is
It'll be-
5.
it'll be
Number
six.
7.
Oh,
Remy doesn't pay attention.
Number 7.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we have one more Epcot one, y'all.
Yes, you do.
I was gonna say Via Napoli.
No, that's a sit down. That's not quick service.
No, the quick.
What about the-
Oh,
Via
the
Napoli
sushi
is not a
place-
quick
the
service.
sushi place in Japan.
No, it is in the World Showcase. You're close.
Oh yeah. What else is in World Show? Let's like Mexico. Is it one of the San Angels, the quick service?
Yes, it's La Cantina de San Angel. What number is La Cantina
Oh
in?
Jesus. 8.
8.
So number 3.
No, no.
BS.
That's
That
bull
is
crap.
three.
That is bull crap.
This this list is
Sucks.
slightly worse than drug abuse in the holidays.
All right, I'm actually gonna name a quick service, and that's actually in Magic Kingdom, and this is a spot that Scott has to go to every time he goes to Magic Kingdom. Casey's Corner.
Oh, good
Oh,
answer.
yeah, number 1.
Good
Casey's
answer.
Corner is number 1.
Casey's Corner is not on the list.
What the?
So are there no Magic Kingdom ones?
There's no Magic Kingdom quick services on this list.
Wow.
What? No Pecosville,
Wow.
no Columbia, no.
Yeah, there's no quick-
Casey's,
no
and
Magic
All right,
Kingdom.
how many
Rays?
Hollywood studios?
3?
We're-
Sci-fi.
If you told me
Sci-fi.
freaking Restaurantosaurus is on this list,
I'm gonna
No,
say
there's two.
two.
So it's gonna be
Yeah.
Pizza Rizzo and Backlot Express.
good
Both
answers.
of them not on the list.
okay. So,
So
now
we
here's
already
my-
got what? We already got the Oh, Dane says there's still one in Galaxy's Edge. We don't have.
No, but he said no. But he
there's
said
two. There's 2 left in Hollywood Studios, 2 left in Animal Kingdom.
Flame Tree Barbecue
Okay,
and Animal
so-
Kingdom.
Good answer.
Flame Tree Barbecue
Flame
is on
Tree.
the
Are
list.
you gonna say
Flame,
Pizza Safari?
Flame Tree.
Flame
Guess-
Tree.
Or doesn't
Can you guess what
Yakinieti
number-
has a quick service? Yakinieti
What
quick
number?
service.
What number is Flame Tree?
I don't know.
6.
Ooh,
What was that, Rem?
2.
It's
Ryan
number
says
6.
6.
It's number 6.
Good
Wow.
job, Ryan. We'll
Okay.
take that. Point.
We'll take it. Ding, ding.
And Ryan, what was your guess?
I don't know. Pizza or no, the Yakinieti quick service.
Yak and Yeti is on the list. What number?
1.
Close. It's number 2.
Oh,
So,
So
we
there's-
still haven't found the number 1.
it sounds
There's
like
no.
Hollywood
There's
still
one
has
more in
no
Hollywood
time.
Studios, and there's one more in Animal Kingdom. So there's actually 3 in Animal Kingdom.
All right. So
Okay,
the Hollywood
so-
Studios one.
It's got to be
the
back
quick
backlot
service-
or
Backlot,
backlot.
I
said
already
backlot.
said
Backlot.
backlot.
Galaxy's Edge.
Wait a
was
minute.
number
There's
nine.
there's 2 in
oh,
Hollywood Studios.
What's the
and then
one?
one
Oh,
more.
it used to be an attract. It used to be one of the attractions. Now, the commissary.
Yes,
ABC,
ABC
yeah.
Commissary is on the list.
That's
What
such
number?
bland food. That's nothing special.
I don't know what
Yeah. Are you
numbers we
kidding
have
me?
left.
You have
I
to
don't know
go
what numbers
again,
we
my
have
man.
left.
It's so good.
Have they
You
Commissary
changed
is
have-
the
not
menu?
number 1.
Dane, what,
Commissary is-
Dane, what numbers do we have left?
You have 1, 8,
8.
and 10 left.
Commissary
8.
is
8.
Correct.
nice job.
Okay, so
Ryan.
you have 1 and 10 left.
Okay,
Alright,
and they're Animal Kingdom, and what's the
Animal
other one?
Kingdom and Hollywood Studios.
One is Galaxy's Edge specifically. We know.
Do we know?
I don't know Galaxy's Edge well enough.
I don't. Yeah, I never get food. Whoa.
I try to
I
avoid
know-
Hollywood Studios.
I
when
don't know
can.
the name of it, but I know I have eaten there. It's oh my god! It's like right in the smack dab middle of
Yep.
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, you're right.
Uh,
You're right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you want
na-
the name? Do you want the name?
Yeah,
you've
Doc Ondar?
got
because I'm
Is
not
Doc
gonna.
Ondar is
Docking,
just the
Docking
lightsaber.
Bay. Docking Bay.
Docking
Food
Bay.
Park.
Docking Bay, yeah.
And I'm gonna say that's number 1.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Number 1 is Docking Bay. So you just have number 10 left, and it's in.
Pizza- Is
Um,
it Pizza Safari?
Pizza Safari.
No.
Oh, the is that the dinosaur one?
Restaurantosaurus?
Restaurantosaurus.
Restaurantosaurus isn't on here.
Good.
Okay.
This is a little
Oh.
bit of a
I-
different quick service.
I got it. Isn't that the quick source by Avatar or by Pandora?
That's-
You
that's
already
Satuli.
said Satuli.
Is this Mr. Comal's ice?
Can
or
I
whatever?
give you all the
Cafe,
ones that you
bakery?
said already so Remy pays attention?
it doesn't
so
matter. He's gonna
Docking
he does
Docking
what's-
Bay,
up?
Docking Bay, Yak and Yeti, La Cantina, Polite Pig, Satuli, Flame Tree, Connections Eatery, ABC Commissary, and Regal Eagle. You have one more left.
Number 10.
Yes, number 10.
And
you
number
have.
10, and it's in Animal Kingdom.
Well, we talked about Asia with Yak and Yeti. Asia have any other quick service?
No, it doesn't.
I don't think Africa doesn't.
It's
have
not
any
in
of that food, right?
Avatar. Only has
Satuli.
Satuli.
Restaurantosaurus is the only one in Dino Land. There must be something then in the Discovery Island that we're missing.
No,
We're
there's
missing something.
Discovery Island.
Is Pizza Safari, Flame Tree?
Yeah.
And then a bunch of carts.
Yep.
Oh
Rafiki's Planet Watch food they give
no,
the
no, no.
animals?
Okay, I know. Gosh, I think it's in Africa, and I remember
It is
getting
an out. It is an out.
brisket. It's like an outdoor type market thing.
Harambe
it's-
Market?
Yeah, is it Harambe?
Correct.
Yeah,
Harambe
yeah,
Market.
yeah.
Really?
Yep. Harambe Market is number 10.
That's a weird
Ryan, I
choice.
was gonna say Starbucks where we got the cake
this
pop,
this
but-
list actually goes all the way up until like 15 or something, but I cut it off at 10. all
Thank
the Magic
God.
Kingdom ones are after 10.
Wow.
Okay, read us 11 through
Did we say?
15.
I'm sure
Yep.
we said all of them at this point, right?
Yeah, so 11 was Columbia Harbor House, and
Nice,
then
Remy.
12 was Sunshine Seasons,
Nice, Remy.
and then the honorable mentions were Roaring Fork and a bunch of resort ones.
No
The
pay-
Mara,
What were the resort ones? Oh, Mara.
the
over at,
Mara,
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Roaring Fork, and that's it.
Wow.
Where is the Pecos Bill in Casey's?
Oh,
Corner?
and Captain
That's weird.
Cook's.
Yeah.
Captain Cook's.
Oh, over
Yeah,
at
Pecos-
Polynesian. Yeah,
Pecos Bill isn't on here.
that's
Wow.
that's crazy to me.
That bothers
is.
me.
And no Casey's Corner. Damn.
Casey's Corner.
Yeah, Casey's Corner. Remy's right, and
For
and
hot dogs,
I'm
it's a good.
surprised.
It's
I'm
a
surp-
good.
You're right, and I think the reason why I didn't make it the
option.
list is because there's just hot dogs
It's yeah.
and chicken tendies for Remy.
That's
Um,
right.
But those corn dog nuggets, man.
They're
oh.
good.
So
They're
good. Those are good.
That's the thing. That's like the first thing that Remy's ever paid attention to me saying, I will make a special trip to Magic Kingdom because I don't spend a lot of time in Magic Kingdom, but like I'll hop there to go to Casey's Corner because I'm
Mhm.
just drunk enough from all the other parks that foot long going down I deep throat the hell out of that foot long hot dog. I deep throat the hell out of that wiener. So what are the social and financial pressures of your episodes doing well?
I don't really care.
That's a good answer.
That's a great answer.
I mean, honestly, Remy doesn't check his stats
Only once
until
a
the
year.
end of the
Only once a
only
year.
one. Do you still do that, or do you still like? Because you have to adjust.
Or did you
man.
not understand the question when
So
we originally asked?
I've been checking my my analytics lately, and one of the best episodes that has a higher view rate right now was
You're doing video podcasts?
no, I'm not doing video podcasts. No,
listeners?
Oh, so listening rate.
listening rate. Yeah. So
Okay, gotcha.
So the highest listening rate was on August 18th, which was the Disney Das unveiled, and it's a guy's guide to magic episode. So
What is that about?
So we were just talking about, we were talking about like the Disney Das Pass, how to use it, on the My Genie,
Who was on that episode?
Oh, let's see here. We have my wife who was on it. Because she jumped
Who
in.
outside of the normal host?
Was there any
were
guests on
show?
that
Were
episode?
there any guest hosts on that show?
Oh, Mr. Cases of Continuity was on it. He was on this episode.
He doesn't.
And Mark was on it.
Okay.
Well,
He's
my
a
host.
host.
I mean,
He's
yeah.
he's a host.
Yeah.
So okay,
But-
so sophisticated gentleman was the key to that one.
Yes.
To be
Well, you were
fair, I
also
feel like I'm
talking
a
about
guest every
something
other
that was.
week.
You were also talking about something that would draw in people. People want to know about
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I talked about that.
They tuned in for listening about Das Pass. They stayed for talks about Adam Sandler.
Hey, he hasn't talked about Adam Sandler in years.
I
just
haven't.
saying.
No, I have.
What was your? Do you know what your best episode analytic wise is, Remy?
I can look it up right now. Actually,
That'd be, yeah, I think it.
I'm
Like,
on
I
my
hope you guys don't mind
I'm
if
on
we switch
analytics
the
right
question
now.
a bit. I think it'd be interesting to compare analytics, like best episodes. We can compare where most of our listeners are. I'm assuming most of us have a lot of Florida analytics.
Go ahead.
Age
pull
ranges.
up your stats.
I got it right here.
What do
So
you got?
So my number 2 episodes when it was on TND with Brendan Kravitz from 96.9 The Game.
Okay, that's not your own episode though. What's one that's your
No,
own
no, no, no.
episode?
That actually was my own episode.
Didn't you record the phone
Didn't
next
you-
to the
yeah, weren't-
radio and then
wasn't
push it
that-
as an episode?
Wait,
Wasn't
you
that one
recorded?
that you were on?
Hold on, you
their
published
show?
an episode of Tom and Dan on your podcast?
Hey,
Multiple times. There's been about 4 or 5.
They gave me permission. So I got permission from them.
So not only are you stealing bits, you're stealing entire shows.
So
I
what
should
was
mention
your
the
what was the,
entire Diz His episode that Remy was on for the first time. That's published as a Remy's Roundtable episode. However, Remy recorded it as they were recording it live,
Stop.
so you can't
Stop.
hear anyone else's audio
Stop.
during.
Get out of town.
The first
And then you can hear all of the behind the scenes stuff
what's
as well.
your
Hold on. Do you remember the one episode of Diz Journey where Dane's audio was way ahead of ours and there was
yes,
no
I remember
editing?
that.
You just hear Dane randomly laughing or randomly saying something
I remember
because
that.
his audio was so out of sync from ours. And Remy published the episode as such.
I I do remember that.
Hey,
Remy,
we got a
what was
special
your- what was
listener
the-
in the chat.
Hold
They
on,
offer
I'm trying-
promotion of our channel.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, yo, no way.
I'm trying to find that episode right now. Actually, I'm under.
No. Rem. Answer the question. What was your the
I'm trying
one
to
that you
I'm trying to look it up. Hold on,
okay.
How do you not know right off the top of your head?
because I
The
don't
one
know.
that did
No.
analytically the best. That one that you
Scott, yours
made,
is
not that
Wedding
AI
Playlist, right?
made or one that you stole, one that you made.
Yeah, wedding playlist continues to be our number 1 episode.
And Dane, your
fol-
number one's Pete Warner interview, right?
Thomas's.
Ah, I got you.
and then followed by Hot Chocolate and the Polar Express, and then
was a good one.
recently SpongeBob and the Ice Cream Truck.
Really?
Yeah, actually, SpongeBob and the Ice Cream Truck right now may be number 1.
Never actually seen SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's a weird episode where all of a sudden now we're getting, and those 3 episodes I think are just a lot of clicks. I don't know that it's got a great retention on it. I choose not to dial that far into it because I'm like, oh, a play is a play.
That's my
Gotcha,
mindset.
gotcha. All right, so my number 1 episode came out on November 6th, 2021. Now I call this episode November 5th, Winston Churchill lecture. This one I got the lecture.
Oh, that's right. That was
lecture,
the Churchill lecture.
yeah,
That's a good lecture too.
the lecture and
That is a
quiz
good
with the
one.
5-minute professor. And that one got 70 hits right there. 70
Wow.
70 listeners listened to that one. And the one below it was day two and day 3 at LeakyCon. And this is where
No, you interviewed a cast of the Harry Potter franchise.
I did.
That was a good interview, by the way.
That was a
Chris,
good interview.
Chris Rankin. He played Percy Weasley in Harry Potter.
Mhm.
And then the one below it was the Monster on a Leash podcast, where I interviewed one of the lead singers from Tower of Power, and that's those are my top three episodes. And the one below it was none other than the first episode of Goof Duck Adventures.
I feel like first episodes tend to have higher listener.
Of
Great.
course.
Yeah.
And then all the
mine-
episodes are trash.
If we're giving like top 5, so Thomas is my number 1 at 2,900 views. Then Kingdom Keepers Part 1, because there was a Part 1 and 2 on that one. That's at 2,000 something. Topps Disney Collect video is at 1,900 views. Cartoon Network Hotel is at 1,900. And then there's a bunch of others here that are high. So
Sorry, wedding playlist is still number 1.
Mhm. That's what I figured. I know that's always been a very popular episode for like
yeah.
listener numbers.
As people search up wedding playlists and they're expecting they came
Yeah,
for the
they
wedding
hear-
playlist.
hear
They
our
And
name
instead they
out of
find a
this.
video of people dissing Jimmy Buffett's legacy.
Yeah. All right, so it's the wedding playlist is number 1. SpongeBob and the Ice Cream Truck is number 2. It's backed by a couple hundred. And then Hot Chocolate and the Polar Express is number 3. And that's down a couple hundred from SpongeBob also.
Wow, so you're in the hundreds. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. I say it so smug. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Oh,
come
yeah,
across
yeah.
that way.
Of course, Dane's in the thousands.
Right. Yeah.
Remy's
all
above
playing-
50.
We're
so.
all playing checkers. Dane is playing 3D chess.
Man, I'm just playing with a rock over here. Like,
Yeah, pet rock.
Pet rock.
So
You're-
to
you're-
answer the question, look, I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform both in bed and on the podcast.
Well, you fail in one of those aspects. So.
I'm failing in both right
Oh.
now. So
I know firsthand.
yeah, so
Oh,
Lumino Sturm wants to promote our podcast.
I already said
Really?
that, Scott. I made that
Fantastic.
joke already.
Dog hype.
Here, let's see. Hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewer, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best.
Doghype.com.
Doge.
I
right?
think I need to go to dogehype.com. I'll check that out. Luminous, thank you.
So anyway, the summer is always very difficult for us. And I
Yes, it
forget
is.
every year how bad the summer is. And then Chris has to talk me off the ledge. Like literally, I get very, very depressed with the summer numbers, especially coming off of the spring numbers, which are like our highest numbers are October and spring. Like they just shoot up. I mean, I was hitting in this spring, we were hitting our weekly numbers the day of the release. So we were hitting what we usually hit in 7 days in 1. And I'm like, oh my God, we made it. And then summer hits and I can't tell you how many times, and that's why there's so many tweaks in the summer where I change a bunch of things during the summer because our numbers start sucking. And I question everything. I'm like, okay, what did we do wrong? What did we say? What did we do? And then Chris has to remind me it's the summer. And I remember during Creators Club last summer, I was like, hey, do you guys notice I was like, I think Anchor is down, is what I said. Because like,
well, Anchor's Spotify for podcasters is terrible. I'm just gonna say the analytics is awful. It's a little bit better because the Anchors were just horrendous, but it's still not the best.
But I was hitting like, I never fall below a certain number on daily listens, never fall. But during the summer on Anchor, I'm hitting, there was days when I had 0 plays or 2. And I'm like, what the hell? So I put a lot of pressure financially. No, I don't, because I'm not making a living off of this, and I'm not making any money off this. Any money that we make goes into a podcast account and stays there or pays for expenses. Although that's not true. I pay for all the expenses out of pocket. Everything's just sitting in an account right now.
Yeah, I know.
So the financial pressures are not there right now. Plus it's always been very important to me to build a community. And that's what we've kind of done with Patreon and all that. And that's what I've always wanted, is just to build this club, if you will. And so really all I care about right now is maintaining that club and building on that club and entertaining that club. Because if we do that and we do that well, the numbers are going to come.
Yeah. So on YouTube, I hate that they show the view count to public, because that to me is a huge social pressure. Because I don't know, in my mind, everyone thinks weirdly when they post a video onto the internet, or if they post anything onto the internet, you're very self-conscious. So my self-consciousness is like, it takes a little bit of, takes a little bit away from your ego too. If you go and look in your videos at 50 views 2 days in, luckily that doesn't happen very often, except
oh my God, especially when you've worked really hard on a video.
Yeah.
I'm not a big YouTuber, right now I'm just using it to post shorts and all that. But Dane, I was there. I spent 3 days editing a trip around the world, if you will, drinking around the world with my wife and my sister and my brother-in-law. And I worked really hard. I worked not as hard as you do on the videos, but I worked hard on it. And I had to fight for the 200 views that I got. Meanwhile, Mary opening up a soda can goes nuts. Or me just happening to catch Mary watching the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones blows up to 34,000 views. And I did 0 effort. I got lucky. And that's frustrating, especially when and then for us, when we've had all these guests, when I've got a guest on that I'm super excited about, and guests interview episodes for us perform the worst.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna come out and say it. There's a reason that I haven't been posting on the Dane Interviews channel very much. And that's because I can't get guests. It's very hard when somebody goes to your channel and looks at a 50 subscriber channel compared to a 400 something person channel. So it's very hard to get guests right now. So, I mean, I've been fortunate enough where I put, more effort, the more effort I put into videos, the higher the view counts are. But, that's just some pressure that I feel. And like financially, I have to balance the ads that I put in my videos. So like, just if somebody doesn't use the code when they buy, I don't get very much from Magic Candle Company. Is the #1 sponsorship I get the most money from. So I don't get much money from that. I just use the codes to look professional. Not a lot of people use them, but whatever. I'm not in the financial pressure yet where, oh my God, if I don't get enough money, I'm not going to be able to live. I'm not at that. I want to be, but I'm not at that point yet. Remy,
Yeah, I was
Sure.
like, Dane touched on some really good points there. Dane, you mentioned, sponsorships, you mentioned interviews, and I feel like those are things that Remy has done a lot in his nearly 5 years of Remy's Roundtable.
3 years. It's 3 years, sir.
You're going up on 4, right?
4.
3. Well, 4 right now. Yeah, technically 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, because your 4-year anniversary is going to be in
Remy
a
gets
month or-
confused because he has no idea when the anniversary is, so he doesn't know if it's 3
Yeah.
years.
Apparently, we're living in 2022 because 2019 was 3 years ago.
I love we're living in 2024 with Dane's list.
Yes, we're split. We're split. Half of us are in 2024, half of us in 2022. Remy, seriously, what are some social pressures that you find or financial pressures that you find with the sponsorships that you steal from other creators?
So the sponsorships that, when it comes to sponsorship, I kind of look at what suits for the podcast. This is what we all want to focus on. So what makes us, so different than other podcasts, and which sponsors will actually work with our program.
What
So-
makes you different from other podcasts?
So like for me, I try my very hardest to aim for mom and pops places. So like mom and pops local restaurants here in Florida, go to them, talk to them, or go to local breweries because everybody loves to drink. all
Magic
right?
Candle Company is a very small business, by the way. That's why he has that one.
It's a small business. However, they love the theme parks. So that's why I reached out to them, because I know that their senses are people they miss that smell from their local theme parks. Then I carry on. I move over to,
They're not a small business, by the way. They're actually very big.
well, anyway. So then I carry on. I go to, okay, what product will work for the roundtable? So I look at T Public or some of the things that help me.
Hold on,
Is T
hold on.
Public a
No. I'm
T-Public
gonna
is a
no,
sponsor.
I'm gonna correct you for legal reasons. T Public is not a sponsor of Remy's Roundtable. He
It's
means
not.
Wait,
selling
Remy,
the
when I
shirts
was a
on T
co-host, you
Public.
made me make an ad for T Public, and then you keep
T
playing.
Public is not a sponsor
not
of
a
Remy's
sponsor.
Roundtable.
It's a merch carrier.
It's
It's
a
a
merch
merch
carrier.
carrier.
It's
a
okay
merch
that he's
carrier.
doing ads for it,
Okay.
but
Yes.
he can't say this is brought to
It's
you by
not-
T
it's
Public.
not a
Cannot
sponsor.
say-
Not
cannot
a
say
sponsor. He's
that at all.
advertising, because when you buy merchandise from T Public then pays you a commission.
Also, Magic Candle Company for me and Remy are not sponsorships. We can get away with saying sponsorships because I can, at least, because I know the owner and he wouldn't come after me. But it's a code deal. So it's not really a sponsorship.
It's
Just to
not.
get
but
that clear.
We're just like saying it. Hey guys, please check out, so and so, yada yada yada. But when it comes to
Real quick
No.
question from a marketing standpoint.
yes, sir.
Okay. So Dane's promo code is what is it?
Big beautiful
Disc
disc
15
for 15% off your order.
15% off.
Use code at checkout.
Yeah, Remy, what is your promo
MagicCandleCompany.com.
code?
So my promo code is roundtable 19 because I started.
Because you give 19% off?
No, I
Yes.
don't. I did not give him 19% off. So I started Roundtable in 2019. That's why I just came up with that little code, because it's something that I can't think of another code I can think of. So I'm like, okay, well, this one didn't work. This one didn't
Oh,
work.
did you have to choose your code?
Yeah, I had to choose it.
Oh, they.
I had to choose my own. I had to choose my own damn code, man. I had to choose it.
They just gave me it. Mine.
Oh well, I had to choose mine. So yay. It's difficult when it comes to sponsorships. It really is. I mean,
It is difficult.
It's hard, but if you talk to the right group and to the right people, then they can point you in that right direction. That's why when I worked at so many local mom and pop restaurants here in Florida, and I'm starting to connect with my old manager, and he actually has heard a couple episodes of Remy's Roundtable. He goes, you know what, sign me up. We'll do this. Just let me know what type of ideas do you have, and I say, all right, now how about you? Give me some ideas that you have that we can build from each other.
SG, do you have any social or financial pressure besides getting ghosted? Your podcast on Case of Continuity.
I get ghosted on my podcast as well. I started out
I'm sorry.
with, I'll be perfectly transparent here. My first episode, 17 listeners.
That's
Dr.
good
No.
for a first.
That's
That's good
good,
for
yeah.
a first episode.
Yeah, man.
We'll see.
Really good for a
Second
first
episode, from Russia with Love, 12 listens. Third episode, Goldfinger, 9 listens. And then now my newest episode, Man with the Golden Gun, 3 listens. We are rocking and
Hey.
rolling.
Listen, you're new. It's a new show. 17,
As I said, I don't care
17
that much. It's
listens
a
is
hobby.
is really good for a first
Yeah.
episode.
Oh,
Really
thank you.
good.
Thank you.
Really good.
And
Lots
the
of
summer is terrible.
Yeah. Yes.
absolutely. I mean, if you like Bond, I mean, this is a great podcast for you guys to listen
It
to.
is. Even if
Oh,
you
well,
don't,
thank
I
you,
don't
Remy.
like Bond at
Thank
all,
you.
and I'm still listening to it. It's great.
Oh, well,
Lots
thank you, Dane.
lots of Bond history, man. I mean, it's James Bond. It's 007. I mean, come on.
Well,
So-
see, and one of the things I appreciate chatting with you guys about it is because on the one hand, I can chat with Remy about it, who I know is a huge James Bond fan, much like myself. You and Jen love the movies. On the other hand, I can chat with people like Chris Yob, who are casual fans who know the franchise but aren't, as much super fans as like Remy and Jen might be. And then I can chat with folks like Scott and Dane, who really aren't major fans of the franchise, to get their input. So it's nice to kind of have that spectrum of people to chat with about it.
I remember reading my very first James Bond comic book, and my buddy pointed it out to me, and I'm like, which one is this? So there's actually a comic book it just says 007 on it. That's it. Nothing else. It says 007. I'm like, you know what? Damn it. I'm hooked. I'm gonna read it. So my buddy got me hooked on it, and I'm like, so this is James Bond in a comic book series. All right, cool. Then when I got older, I started watching the movies. Like I started watching GoldenEye 007. I watched Goldfinger, The World's Not Enough, and so on and so on, the following movies. And I kind of stopped watching Daniel Craig. I stopped right there. After I saw Daniel Craig, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. He's not my Bond. My Bond is Sean Connery and Pierce Brosnan. That's those are my Bonds.
Mm-hmm. I got you. That's fair.
All right, what's coming up on everyone's programs for next week? Because by the time
Start with
this
our
will
guest,
be-
Remy.
Well, coming up, guys, on Remy's Roundtable, you guys do not want to miss out on this one, because this one is a woozy episode, because we talk about all of the D23 announcements are happening here in the beautiful state of Florida. A couple other attractions are going to be happening at Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, and me effing up on a lot of stuff that was actually, some of it was inaccurate. So there we go. But most of all, we did cover pretty much what happened at D23.
And you had a few special guests on, as I recall.
sure did. Yeah, we had Scott and the sophisticated gentleman himself.
I feel like I should mention, Sophisticated Gentleman's just a character that I play. Like, the things that I say there are oftentimes not things that I personally would actually say. It's a
So when
character.
it came to presidents, you were like, oh, Remy, what was going on through your head, man?
Scott was coming up on No New Friends.
I have no idea. I'm just waiting to get to the after conversation from this show.
Again, Scott, your episode of After Dark will always release around the time that another show releases.
Yeah.
So you already know what.
So I have a plan for After Dark this week, and I haven't discussed it with Chris or Nick, so I'm not going to go into details. But it'll
It's
be
the previous After Dark that will have released around the time. I mean, I want to hear what your plan is. Sorry to interrupt. But if you
Well,
want
this is coming
all
out on
about
Monday, by the way.
superstitions and stuff. So the next After Dark, it's gonna be. I have a vision for it to be another serious episode, but it's kind of another take on a topic that we've already discussed. We talk a lot about mental health and all that, but I don't want to talk about it from the first person. I want to talk about it from another perspective.
Okay,
So
it's pretty cool.
that'll happen maybe. Like I said, I haven't discussed it with the guys yet. Although Nick will not be here this week because he is doing his coast to coast Halloween tour. But I will be hanging out with Nick on Thursday, so we'll probably have some.
So would you say that it's with the Halloween a ghost to ghost tour?
Ghost to
Hey.
ghost tour. Yes.
That's my online dating life too.
That's all I got.
Dane, what's coming up on your YouTube channel, man?
Well, by the time this episode releases, I will have my drum cover out next week. It's going to be Little Wonders from Meet the Robinsons. So look forward to that. Ryan, how about you?
Let's see. When this releases, my newest episode of Cases of Continuity will be about the 10th James Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me. It's an excellent film, great theme song in my opinion. Probably the best film of the Roger Moore era. And then in a couple days, when this releases, my new episode will be dropping on the 11th James Bond film. Moonraker will be headed to space. There's some cool references to Steven Spielberg in that film, so it's a fun one.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all very much for listening. I don't know what conversations are going to make the final cut, but you could be sure that it'll exist somewhere. Maybe when we have a Patreon, it'll go on there. Maybe it'll be on the Big Beautiful Disney page, Big Beautiful Diz Patreon page. You never know. It might not. We don't know. But if you don't want to miss any of the conversations that happen, make sure you follow us on Twitch. That's www.twitch.tv/creators_united_ so you don't miss any of the action. On behalf of our guest Remy, the sophisticated gentleman, Dane, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
And as always, Scott, we love you.
We love you.
Love you guys.